Okay. Alright, then I'm gonna click into live scene. It's gonna crash on me again. No. Okay. Okay. Now I have it on my new screen, which is pretty. I have such a pretty new screen, so I can look at things. And now I can load up the game. Aha! Good. Okay. Sweet. I did it. Fuck yes. Everything's working. Why are you like popping into all? Ah, that's why I didn't have it pushed in all the way. Of course not. Dual monitors working. Boom. Ah, cyan. I love you so much. So this is the Real Myst Masterpiece Edition, from the 21st.
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure, the book would not be destroyed as I planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed, but I must admit that such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
Okay, and here's the Myst game. So yeah, this is the 25th anniversary edition, part of the Kickstarter. And it's optimized for Windows 10 with a bunch of additional features, which makes it a little different from Myst Original. But I also have like Original Masterpiece Edition that's not Real Myst Masterpiece Edition, which is fun. If it'll load. There we go. So I can do it as free roam or as classic Myst. Classic Myst is point and click. Free roam is the new way of doing it using mouse and keyboard navigation, which I kind of like the idea of free roam. Escape will access all of this, save, restore, flashlight, helps and hints, so on and so forth. So there we go. So it's the pirate ship age. Space with Catherine's notes. And we're just going to go up here. Now, fun fact, I don't remember how any of this starts really, but I do remember that it was really fun. So it's So, Catherine, I've left a message for you of utmost importance in the forechamber beside the dock. Enter the number of marker switches on the island into the imager to receive the message. Yours, Idris. Okay, so marker switches. We have one here. Is there one in here? No. Okay. Two. 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. 7, 8. So it should be 8 or 9 is the answer. So I think I've counted them before and gotten it wrong, so let's go in here and see what Atris has to say to Catherine. So this tells you the different imaging results. This will show topographical extrusion chasm, marker switch diagram, and water turbulent pool, which is what it's currently set to. We'll want it to be set to that. That should be correct. The button. Hit the button. Yes!
Catherine, my love, I have to leave quickly. Something terrible has happened. It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine, it's one of our sons. I suspect agony, but I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him.
Sorry, I had to up volume.
Serious as well. Oh, I should have known better than to have left my library unchecked for so long.
That was pretty quiet.
Well, I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in their places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return, but if you've forgotten the access keys, remember the tower rotation. Oh, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, and erase this message after you've viewed it, just to be safe.
So I'm making a few notes because it's kind of important. So he's talking about a tower rotation. If you've forgotten access keys, I don't have access keys, so tower rotation is important.
My love, I have to leave quickly. Something terrible has happened. It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine, it's one of our sons. I suspect agony, but I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Cirrus as well. Oh, I should have known better than to have left my library unchecked for so long. Well, I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in their places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return, but if you've forgotten the access keys, remember the tower rotation.
Okay.
Don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, and erase this message after you've viewed it, just to be safe.
So the tower rotation is important. Because that's how you get to do everything. And I think that, yep, there we go. Sprint! A wonderful addition. And this is to access each of the books and figure things out. So tower rotation has to do with this, if I'm remembering correctly. Go in here, and I hit that. There we go. Yay! Come on, let me through. There we go. So this will get me to the tower rotation, will help me figure out what's going on. Let's see. I think I have to open this. In we go. Oh, alright, I have to close that first. It's going to take me up to the tower. Then I'm going to go back and I have to read a bunch of books because there's a lot of notes and things that tells you stuff. So this is library. And this is key. So right now it's set to the library. There we go. And it's not actually open. How do I open you again? I have no idea. Alright, so we're gonna go back down. Come on. There we go. Is there a button to push? Nope. And I don't see a button up there, so this is kind of a waste. So we're gonna go read some books to figure out what's going on here. Wait a second. Is that? No, yeah, that's a light. There's supposed to be a way to rotate this tower. Don't ask me how I know, because I don't remember. But the tower rotation is important to get access to the books that are protected. I wonder if the way you rotate it is back around here. Nope. I'm just gonna. Okay, we're just gonna keep moving on. Oh, right, it's this. Duh. So it's set to Oh, and I've not turned on any of the marker switches, of course. So I have to turn on marker switches first. Oh, hey, book. So this is a red page.
Why?
That's Akinar. No, that's Cirrus. Right, red pages are Cirrus.
Bring me the red.
Barely understand a word of what he's saying.
I can't see it. You don't educate you must.
Like, Atris was a bit of a dick to his sons, but to be fair, his sons did kind of fuck him over. So.
You serious?
That's Akinar. You can tell because he's the crazier looking one. Sirius is so evil. Okay.
Help.
Yeah, I know you want some help. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna shut this. We're gonna take some notes on the various ages that Atris discovered. Okay, or created rather. So yeah, most of the books here in the library are burnt beyond the wood, but here's the Channelwood Age. So this is the one that I've been to most recently, because I started playing this a couple months ago to try and refresh myself on memory, and now I've forgotten. So for the Channelwood Age, let's see. I've called this age Channelwood, and it is a very different world. Though it is exactly how I imagined it, it is still amazing to see it with my own eyes. Water covers this age as far as I can see, except for a small rocky island. Elsewhere, there are only trees which grow directly out of the water. A myriad of thin wooden passageways are built just above the water and disappear into the forest. I assume they were built some time ago, for they appear aged. I'm eager to discover more about this land and its people, but I have arrived here late and I must rest. I was awakened this morning by strange noises coming from a pathway adjacent to the one which I had slept. I saw a group of monkey-like people heading in my direction. They had not seen me yet. I did not feel threatened by their presence. Their response to me was one that I would have never expected. After staring at me for a short time, they fell to their knees and began what appeared some sort of ceremonial worship. I have tried to speak to them, but they do not understand my language. Instead, they indicated through enthusiastic hand motions that I was to follow them. As we walked, I began to notice that the waters below us were changing colors. Slowly, subtly, they would change from deep blue to muddy orange, then from muddy orange to beautifully clear. I was so intrigued by the water, I hardly noticed that we arrived at a ladder. Climbing the ladder led us to their village, which is about 10 meters above the water and can only be reached by rope ladders that stretch from the lower paths to the village level approximately halfway up the grand trees. It is very interesting to watch these people carry out their daily tasks. Even after watching them for hours, I did not understand exactly what they were doing. At sunset, they motioned for me to follow them. I followed the creatures to the doorway of an enormous hut. Strangely, once inside, I found that the hut appeared even larger than it had from the outside. The walls were garnished with bright metals, and in the center of the hut sat the leader of these people. At least, he appeared to be their leader, for he sat a meter off the floor in a thick throne. Guards surrounded the strong creature, who was dressed in many exotic, colorful fabrics. And next to the leader sat a very old human. At least to some extent he appears human. His hair, which is only on his face and head, almost completely gray, almost white, and hung in a very long around his frail body. His thin head hung limply by an almost grotesque neck that could not hold its head up to look at me. But what surprised me is this creature could speak my language. Shortly thereafter, I was given a bed with some hand motions that looked to be telling me to go to sleep. I look forward to learning more. As I suspected, the ancient creature is a human, but he is old beyond his own reckoning and seems almost insane. However, the tree dwellers almost revere him as a god. They are treating me now in the same fashion, which makes me feel very uncomfortable. It is almost impossible to understand this old man. His voice is feeble but wild. He has adopted much of the language of the tree dwellers. He himself told me he has not spoken our own tongue in ages. He attempted to explain to me the history of this place. The following is my best translation of what he has told me. Many years ago, humans and tree dwellers lived together in this place, which was then a vast island. They interacted very little. The humans dwelt on the ground, the tree dwellers lived high above the humans. Occasionally, the island was disturbed by mysterious rumblings which happened randomly, some sort of tectonic or volcanic action, I suspect. The sometimes slight, sometimes heavy tremors would only last a short time. They would stop, allowing everything to return to normal. One day things changed. The rumbling began and grew quickly, to unprecedented levels. Soon it became apparent that the entire island was sinking slowly into the ocean around them. Many of the humans died that day, but not before sacrificing themselves in order to stop the sinking of the island. The humans who lived through the catastrophe moved into the trees, where they gradually died out, maybe because they were unequipped for such an environment, but I am not sure. This is the story the old man communicated to me. Although many details are very unclear in my mind, I am especially confused as to how the humans saved the island from completely sinking. In fact, I doubt the accuracy of that part of the story. The island must have stopped on its own. Yet the old man believes in the truth of the story as if he had been there. And the tree dwellers worship him, and apparently all humans, as if they were heroes or gods. The old man ended our conversation today with an event which I will never forget. He began gripping my hands tightly, murmuring something about rest and asleep. He then said, "We had expected you to come sooner." These actions filled me with a sort of immediate dread. With much effort he stood to his feet. I tried to help, but he pushed me away with more force than I imagined his frail body contained. The tree dwellers quietly surrounded him with very solemn faces. They then kneeled before him. He walked to each to place his hand on their heads. All the while he murmured words which I did not understand. Finally he turned to me and smiled. Then he closed his eyes and walked out the door and off the narrow path of the high in the trees. The tree dwellers were silent. They began a procession down the nearest rope ladder. As I was descending, I saw several of them pick up the body. He had fallen onto a lower level of walkway and carried away. He was laying down at the dead end of a short pier-like structure. With the use of some potion, one of the tree creatures lit the pier on fire, and I watched the flames engulf him. As this strange funeral proceeded, the waters around the pier changed to dull green. This morning I awoke to find it even hard to believe the previous evening's events. The water is a dull green for as far as I can see now. For some reason the water no longer shifts color. As I wander throughout the pathways, these creatures watch me, curious to see what I will do next. They are constantly offering me strange objects of affection. I even found food outside the doorway to the room in which I had slept. This is a unique race of beings. I hope to learn more of their language soon, so that I may learn more from them. I have lived in this world for 3 months off and on, and the tree dwellers have shown great hospitality. I am even beginning to learn bits of their language. I have decided to return home for an extended stay with my loving wife and my sons, and hopefully return with them. However, I am sure Catherine will once again refuse. I think this age would be a wonderful experience for them all, and I at least look forward to how Cirrus and Achenar will react to its curious inhabitants. Catherine is staying behind as expected. My sons have returned with me, and they enjoy this age very much. They get along very well with the tree dwellers and are picking up their language surprisingly fast. I have no doubt that it will be not too long until they can speak with the tree dwellers much better than myself. I am leaving tomorrow to check on the Osmoian age. Cirrus has suggested that I allow him and his brother to stay. Though the idea unsettles me, I know the boys are growing up rapidly. The hospitality of these creatures is such that I could think of no better place to leave them alone for a short while, so I will consent to their request. I warn the boys not to take advantage of the respect of the tree dwellers have for their ideas. They seem to understand my warning, and I have faith they will follow it. Much to my dismay, upon arriving in Everdunes, I learned that Pran and her people are continuing to be menaced by the Choctic. I fear for their survival and plan on returning to her shortly after checking on Cirrus and Achenar here. See Everdune's journal for more information. After watching Cirrus and Achenar, I see they are handling things very well, and I think I can put to rest any fears about leaving them in Channelwood again, and for a little longer time. Yeah. The tree dwellers seem slightly distressed that I am leaving, but are happy that Cirrus and Achenar are staying behind again. I have been gone for over 3 days and have been to many different places. I had to tell Cirrus and Achenar about Pran's death today, and they were visibly shaken, although they only remember her from their childhood. Catherine has suggested that it would be wise for Cirrus and Achenar to leave Channelwood for a while, and I have to agree. They will be returning with me when I leave again. I have told my sons that they will be returning with me in 2 days. They spent the entire night telling me of an adventure they experienced in my absence, and it was rather remarkable. It seems they constructed a boat with the creatures and traveled some ways into the surrounding waters. I enjoyed hearing them talk excitedly of their adventures, and am reminded of my own adventures as a child. I finally understand why the tree dwellers have been giving me their inks and insisting I write with them. Looking through some of my past entries, I see now that the inks have changed from the black I thought they were, to various different colors. I have shown some of the creatures my journal, and they laughed and howled. I do not know they had such a sense of humor. Even now, I look through this very colorful journal and can't help but laugh myself. We will be returning tomorrow, so my sons are with the creatures for the last night here. They have told me that they would like to come to Channelwood again, and also asked if they can visit some other ages alone. Though I'll have to think over their request, I believe they have proven to me that they are trustworthy and responsible. Catherine will also have to help me decide whether or not they are ready for travel alone. For now, I must give my farewells to the creatures, for I do not know how long it will be until I visit this age again. So this is showing the future of the bridge construction. I think that's a windmill construction on top of the huts. And that's it. So that's it for Channelwood. Stone ships, the other one that's available here. Emmett was the first to live on the rocks. He named them the rocks because that is what they were. A group of sharp rocks clustered together in the middle of a large sea. That was where Emmett lived. He enjoyed his life. Emmett would occasionally swim to nearby rocks, as it was too far of a distance. One day, another person appeared on the rocks for no apparent reason to Emmett. Emmett named this new person Branch. Emmett and Branch quickly became friends, swimming and hunting for fish together often. Emmett showed Branch the simple cave in which he lived on the largest rock. Soon, Branch discovered a place where he decided to live, also on this same large rock. The sun always shone brightly in their world, and water was always dazzlingly clear, allowing them to see almost to the deep ocean floor which surrounded them. Though the sun always shone, it was never too hot for the boys. A light breeze always came from the north and cooled the area down. One day, while Branch was swimming and having fun in the water, he noticed another boy swimming. Branch brought the new boy to Emmett to find what to call the new boy. Emmett said the boy should be called Will. Will was soon a part of the group, and all three boys swam and enjoyed their perfect world. At least that is the story I was told when I arrived today on the island. Emmett, Branch, and Will were surprised to see me at first, but even before the night ended, they were all becoming good friends. Today is the second day in this newly created age. A strange thing happened. It was not strange to me, but the three boys did not understand what was happening. While I was relaxing under a large tree, one of the smaller rocks on the island, it began to rain. It was a nice rain that lasted for about an hour in the morning. I explained to the boys that the rain was not harmful, yet they obviously still feared it. Before going to sleep tonight, I told the boys I would leave the following day. I told them that while I was gone, I would make a surprising change in the world. They don't understand, not that I expect them to. I still do not fully understand what happened today. I was experimenting with the art, testing the limits of the rules as dictated to me by Father. I attempted to create a boat by riding it into the world. I thought everything was planned correctly, yet somehow the boat had become gripped by the rock and broken in half. Although this test did not turn out as I had hoped, I now had answers for a few of the questions my father never answered. As for the boat, I can see the boys enjoy it anyway, and with that I am pleased. They have played on it all day. Even though the boat cannot move, I have enjoyed studying from it, as it is a much sturdier platform than the jagged rocks. In the course of my observations, I have learned some very interesting things regarding the solar system of this age. So this age has to deal with solar systems. It's good to know. Solar system. Marking. Let's see. That's a submersible lamp. The nights are absolutely beautiful here. I have made note of and named a number of constellations that pass above me. Also during the night, I catch glimmers of light from the horizon, which I have not been able to discover if it is created by some natural phenomenon or by additional people on far islands or rocks. I should very much like to discover which. I rather suspect it is additional people, which would explain the appearance of Branch and Will. The rain today was slightly heavier than usual. Just when the boys were getting used to the light rains, a small storm arrived. They were frightened of the heavier rain, not to mention the thunder and lightning. If rain has never fallen here until recently, as the boys tell me, I would like to discover why it is falling now. Regardless, I have decided to return home for a short while. I have also been thinking of some plans for a lighthouse that I hope to construct soon. I think that perhaps by shining a bright light toward the horizon, it might prove my suspicions regarding additional inhabitants. They would be curious about the light and travel to discover its source, if they have the means. I return with many tools that I will need for construction of the lighthouse. I have decided that once the lighthouse is completed, I will leave for some time and let the world's own imagination have control. We have worked 3 weeks on the lighthouse and now are making great progress. The rock that we are building on seems to not be as secure as I would like. I had to alter my plans slightly, but those alterations pose no real problem. Showing the light. The boys are cute and strong and are quite strong, and have been helping me immensely. I estimate the construction will be done within 2 days.
The lighthouse is finished, and we are all proud of our creation. The boys are amazed at the structure wrought from rock with their own hands. The evening we powered up the generator, much to the boys' dread at first, and shined a great light on the horizon for many hours. I stayed the night at the top of the lighthouse, and in the morning awoke to observe the sunrise without my being coated with the chilly blanket of ocean dew I had become accustomed to. It was Will who first saw the girl. She was swimming not far from the boat where Will was getting ready to hunt for fish. Then Will noticed a man not far away from the girl, and was very pleased to meet the additional neighbors. I feel pleased to leave this age. I have set in motion events that have nothing to do with writing or the art, that will have more profound impact on this world than I think I could have ever written. I think... Oh, it's showing a stone ship, bird's eye view of the stone ship age. I think of it as this age as a gift to myself that I will wrap up and open someday in the future, only to discover that it has changed so much that indeed it is a surprise. Besides, I have yet another new age that awaits me. It seems I'm going to need some way to travel underwater in this new age, and so much planning is in order. It has been 10 years since I left this age, which I have since called the Stone Ship Age. Upon returning, I cannot believe the changes that have taken place. The original 3 boys have grown into adults, and there are many new faces that I do not recognize. Branch told me that it has not rained for 7 years, and the cool breezes are back again. They are all very content and have been serving me with new foods and showing me new materials they have discovered. It even seems they have found gold somewhere. I see it in many forms around the island. My lighthouse has been kept in perfect condition, as if they have tried their very best to keep it so. Yet I have noted that the entire rock it was built on has sunk approximately 40 or 50 centimeters. After a wonderful visit with my old friends, I wonder aloud with them what things will be like here in another 10 years. Okay, these constellations I know are important, so I'm going to make note of each of these. So this is the anchor. So big star, tiny, 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 big star, tiny, big star. This is the anchor. Constellations are important to this age, so tiny, big star, tiny. And this is the eye. And then this is snake. Tiny, tiny, big star, tiny, tiny, really big star. You can see how it looks like a snake, actually. Okay, and this is spider. Tiny, big star, tiny, tiny, big star, tiny, tiny, big star. And this is spider. I'm going to mark that as spider so I can actually know what I'm looking at. Okay, this is cross. Big star, tiny, 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 big star, big star, big star. Oops, I think I skipped a page there. My mouse likes to double click. There we go. So we have arrow, big star, tiny, tiny, big star, tiny, tiny. And then I'm guessing this is a swan of some sort. Big star, tiny, big star, really big star, tiny, 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 tiny. I'm going to mark that as swan so I actually know what I'm looking at again. Big star, big star, big star, tiny, 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 tiny. And this is a leaf. Leaf, arrow, cross, spider, snake, eye, and anchor. Okay, so just to show you, this is what my notes look like. Chicken scratch. I wish I had another camera I could set down here that could actually show you when I'm taking notes, but I don't, so. That's the stone ship age, which I don't remember how to get to. This, what is this? The Selenic age of Myst. Okay, so this is about the island itself. It has been a while since I have heard only silence, and I enjoy it greatly, I think. For some reason, I do not feel altogether welcome in this new world in which I have arrived. But how could I be unwelcome in an age with no inhabitants? It is, of course, only in my head. This world is very beautiful, but I think I have yet to ever write in a journal that an age I have linked to is horrid or disgusting. From the grassy hill where I am standing, I can see green fields below, along with a few scattered forests. A rather large lake looms in some distance from where I am standing, yet the water's blue can be seen plainly from here. The air is so fresh, the sky is sparkled with white clouds. It's absolutely breathtaking. And yet, that strange feeling again. Perhaps it is the hot breeze that continues to blow from the north. Hotter than I would have imagined, it almost singes my skin, and I can feel quite uncomfortable when it comes. Yeah, I will try to ignore it. Night has almost arrived, and the sunset is spectacular. Oranges and reds have settled above the western horizon. Though night has come, the horizon still glows red long past the sunset. Dark reds flow from the horizon and blend into the black sky. Again, the feeling, and I am beginning to believe it is not all in my mind. I must sleep now. I will need my strength to explore more tomorrow. I have had to return home due to unpredictable natural occurrence more frightening than I have ever experienced. I was awakened by terrible shakings in the ground and explosions on all sides of me. Gigantic balls of fire were falling from the sky, and I immediately left in fear of my life. I must remember to bring a mislinking book with me when I return, in case the one I left there has been destroyed or damaged. I returned to a different world than the one I left only 3 months ago. It has been transformed into a barren desert land with only gigantic craters scattered across the land to provide variety. Strangely enough, the small grassy hill where I slept my first night remains exactly the way I found it. Apparently, the falling meteors did not hit this area, leaving an oasis in the midst of this horrible desolation. The hot wind I remember has turned into a rather pleasant breeze, which is at least one improvement. I fear it is the only improvement. The magnificent lake I saw on my first visit is now completely dried up. However, another lake now exists and appears to be quite a bit larger. I assume one of the falling meteors created this lake due to its circular shape and the jutting rock that grows out of the center of the lake. The rest of this world seems like a desert, although I will verify that statement with closer inspection. Though this world has little visual excitement to offer, it offers much to the ears. Sounds constantly flow through my ears, and I have found where a few of them originate. It seems, as Catherine says, I do find beauty in everything. Last night I was awakened by a horrible hissing. I was sweating, and the heat was so intense that I immediately dipped my head in a nearby stream to cool it down. The hot breezes had returned, along with a low roar from the ground. I walked a short distance to observe some red flame shooting up from the earth. Suddenly the ground began to crack, and a huge chasm opened. The chasm continued to grow until it was far too wide to cross. Then the tumult subsided, leaving only a dull roar. I have decided, however, I can use the chasm to my advantage. Perhaps the heat from the chasm can be harnessed. This is showing a heat collection system. Okay. Even the chasm has ripped into the surface of this world. It has opened up a whole new world to explore. Although uncomfortably hot, I found it possible to reach the cave in the chasm that had been created. I've now explored deep into the crust of this planet. I have found a vast underground cave system that will take many years to map and explore. I will also look for a safer way to reach the underground than through the chasm wall. The stage seems to change on its own, so I feel I should leave again and see if things are different when I return. It is also important that I check on Cirrus and Achenar and make sure everything is going well. When I return, I also hope to bring back some tools I will need for my plans to explore the underground. The absence of raw materials here is beginning to amaze me. I have returned with some of the complex tools I knew I would be needing. I assumed I would have to return for more basic materials. However, it seems as though I will be able to find, the abundance. Be able to find everything I need here. Of course, iron is abundant, but I have also found titanium occurring naturally. I am all the more excited to begin working. Everything is set, and I look forward to tomorrow. My raw materials are here. I think I'll be able to have most of my additions to this age completed within 1 year. I still love working with my hands, whether writing or building. I began today on the bridge, and although lost, the magnetic something will work well, and I have decided to. So this is showing a steering wheel. The meter is not enough support for the beams, although that's showing. Okay. Amazingly strong. There's the spaceship. So yeah, this is the spaceship age that I remember at home. We always called it the spaceship age when I was a kid. But apparently it's the Selenic age of Myst, so I'm going to make a note of that. Has to be one of my most prized inventions. I am extremely, could never have imagined to come together quite as I doubt could possibly work with 14 instead of 8. So I'm going to make a note of 14 over 8. Completely fatigued. I'm so happy to have completed tomorrow. I'm leaving today in order to bring back Cirrus and Achenar. I have left them alone in Channelwood. I believe they will enjoy all there is to see here. The stage seems to have stabilized. I believe the meteors set off a period of volcanic activity by piercing into the shallow crust, but the tremors have become few. I've just noticed that a large amount of this journal has curiously vanished from the very pages which I wrote over the last 18 months. Fortunately, I have copied many of my construction notes in another journal. I do not understand the mysteries of this world, but I trust I will discover logical answers to my questions. I have a feeling that many of my questions can be answered in another age to which I hope to travel soon. But for now, I must simply accept this world's mysteries and take pride in my accomplishments. So I'm making a note of the keyboard here, because this is also, again, important. 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then there's do 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 do. This is number 5. Okay, and then this one. That's number 1. 2, 3. And there's one there. U, which is number 4. 2, 3, 2, 3. This one is number 2. Number 3, and then the rest of the piano goes on like that. Okay. Alright. Cool. Cool. So the Selenic age is very sound oriented. This is an image of the island itself. Jeez, that's huge. That's the lake. Okay. Any others? Here we go. This is a gear, so I don't know what this age is called. Before arriving in this age, I was determined it would be a journey to a world very different from my previous adventures, and it was. The sky here is dark and incessantly displays flashes of lightning in the distance. I met a very old man with a long beard and hair that hangs to his waist. He is very feeble and has trouble even moving. This man has obviously been through very many things in this strange world, and I have learned many things from him. He has told me an interesting story of this world's history. Years ago, he told me, there was a beautiful city that rose up out of the water. It housed many people inside its walls, and the people had everything they wished for. The city was surrounded by 3 high hills, which rose higher than the city. On the east hill of the city rested a large lookout post. The people of the city had constructed the post expecting visitors to arrive from the east. The people had no means of traveling on the water, which forced them to merely wait for friend or foe. As time passed, friendly visitors brought rumors of an enemy that existed beyond the horizon. The people grew fearful, yet nothing happened. One day, the visually sunny sky became dark as night, and black ships appeared on the horizon. The lookout post's attempts at peace were turned away, and the sentries there were easily overwhelmed. The ships continued to wreak havoc on the city, apparently destroying everyone and everything. After the foundations of the city were destroyed, the city sunk deep into the ocean, and the only lookout post remained. Black ships sailed away. The man continued to say that 8 people had hidden and managed to survive the attack. Survive the attack. In the 9 years since the attack, 2 of the survivors had died. He also said that it was rumored that 10 years from the attack, the enemy would return to finish the destruction they had started so long ago. I've decided, since hearing the man's story, it would be admirable to save this civilization, and it's in my mind to provide the need for defenses of these people. Oops. I met the remaining survivors today and have begun work on a plan for protections. This is a series of rooms. This is the gear. Oh, I remember this world. Okay, so this is the gear world. which looks kind of like a prison almost. It's really weird. But yeah, okay, I remember that. I don't know if this information here is important or not, but I'll figure it out. Let's see. After a short absence, I have returned to this age with two of my sons. They have, as of yet, traveled rarely with me, and they are understandably excited to be here. They have grown considerably since Everdunes, and it is already obvious to me that they will be a great help this time, instead of the nuisance they have been in the past. All three of us, along with the four healthier survivors, began construction today. We are building upon the city's old ruins, which will provide a perfect foundation for our fortress. My sons have been spending much of their time on the South Island, where most of my materials are stored. I'm very pleased with their intelligence, and their creativity is refreshing to see as they work on the small projects of their own. There's stairs down, I believe. Remember correct? Yeah. They go up. It's been over 4 months now, and my construction is going well. My sons love the world except for its gray sky. They detest the gray sky and tell me many times they wish the sky here were like the blue sky in Myst. The old man I first talked to tells me that the enemy is due in 4 months. I feel we'll be ready when the time comes. The man reminds me of Emmett in many ways, and I often wonder how Emmett and his people are doing. It has been 6 months of work, and we have finally finished the fortress. It rests between 3 hills, which are now only islands due to a rising water level that the people experienced after the attack. Inside the fortress, I have designed the most intriguing device. It makes use of a technology called holography, and I began experimenting with on my visits to Aspermere. It'll be working in a couple of days after I compensate for some small miscalculations. This holographic device will enable the survivors to learn to use the fortress, which is the power and the track slope, which I'm going to make a note of the track slope at the very least. So power is supposed to go rising up. Track slope shows this with point of contact down and flat, and then below it, point of contact is on this one here. 1, 2, yeah, here. Okay, I'm gonna make a note of the track slope because that's kind of important. So power. Track slope. The enemy is due to come soon, and I trust the fortress will provide sufficient protection for all of us. This shows the age itself. Shows the track, okay. The black ships have come. Their attack was substantial. Their weapons have been stopped, and it appears they have turned away in defeat. I cannot help but smile as I watch the boats leave. That's the insignia. Last night we had a small celebration, and the old survivors danced their dances of old. My sons did not understand why the sky had not turned back to its original blue. The old man told them that the storms would never end until the enemy was destroyed. I assured my sons that the blue sky was not worth the risk of death, and they seemed to hear me. I have had a healthy adventure and have begun work on a new book. Once again I must leave the familiar age in search of a new universe I have begun. But first I will have an extended time with Catherine, whom I miss very much. I must also return the people of the Tide. I believe in my travels I have found a substance that will ease the pain of their bone ailments that they have long endured. I hope to return to Mechanical Age again one day to find the population growing and my fortress still strong. Though the sky may always be black, I am confident the people here will feel a heavier darkness has been lifted from their shoulders. This is the Mechanical Age. Okay, Mechanical Age. Alright, awesome. All I remember of it is the gear. So. And then we have this one right here. Nope, it just shows the sun. Okay, so I don't know what age this is off the top of my head. Rhyme. Oh, this is Rhyme. Okay, never mind. Rhyme, I have named it. A desolate age with a beauty that is quite different than I had experienced or imagined. The intricate feathers of ice that fall from the sky are awe-inspiring. I feel as though I could sit and watch them for hours, and though it is cold here, and I have never experienced before, I find myself enjoying the chance of temperature, for it is unlike any other place that I have ever seen. Perhaps the oddest thing is the silence. Although the wind blows on occasion, when it ceases, there is a suffocating silence that falls in this place, broken only by the distant cries of unseen creatures. I have visited 3 times, and am now sure that this age will provide the environment I need. I believe the cold temperature is necessary for obtaining the correct resonance. Examining the structure of the books is ever more perplexing, but I am driven onward by my need to understand. The great tree of possibilities can never fully be grasped, but I must at least try to find one particular branch. On the subject of enlightenment, I find I would also like to find the cause of the mysterious lights that shine in the darkness here. Though I never assumed that I would be able to build especially fast here, the speed at which I am progressing is somewhat disappointing. I do think I will bring Sirius and Achenar as well as some of the machinery from Selenetic. Achenar chose to stay with Catherine, but Sirius was rather excited to come. He has spent the last few days here with me, helping with the beginning phases of construction. He too seems to enjoy the ice and cold weather. He is intrigued with the crystals that we have brought with us. He has been a big help, as have others, and I hope to be able to begin my experiments here soon. Tonight, Sirius and I found a wondrous spot to view the lights, although it seems they decided to hide from us. After sitting in the cold winds for over 2 hours, we saw nothing. It was rather disappointing. Sirius will return to Myst tomorrow. He has been a tremendous aid to me, and I am thankful for his willingness to help. The hard part of the construction is over, although I have decided after tonight that I would like to add some kind of observation post. I won't be finished as soon as I had hoped, although I'm fairly certain it will be worth the delay in the long run. I've decided to take a break from the construction now that the tunnel is almost complete, and I've been able to set up a temporary space where the crystals will not be stimulated. I am quite convinced that with the right diffraction resonance, certain properties of the ink can be stimulated. Catherine still finds it absurd and thinks I'm crazy to assume I'll be able to view ages with stones, but her unusual pessimism has not convinced me to stop trying. I came too close to success on Everdunes. Rhyme you get to visit in other games, which is really fun. I think you also can visit it here, but I like what they do with Rhyme, the fact that he's able to view other ages because of it. I am fairly certain now that the temperature does indeed have an effect on the crystals, but I have realized that the temperature alone is not enough. The cold dampens some of the sympathetic harmonics, but a more active suppressor is necessary. I have required some geodes with a pure, protected crystalline interior. Thin slices of geodes below each crystal provide a stabilizing effect and amplify the clean frequency slightly. After quite a bit of experimentation with the shapes and colors, I was able to capture a blurry image within a book. Though the link would never work, there was clearly an age on the other side. I can hardly wait to return and tell Catherine. I feel like I should finish the shaft of my observation post while I have machinery here, perhaps tomorrow morning. The lights were beautiful again last night. They had not shown themselves for so long I had almost forgotten their beauty. I still must find the cause. I'm feeling rather overwhelmed with what remains to be done. The crystals have not been perfected, the shaft is not finished, nor is the observation post, or even lab. I have not seen Catherine for some time, and I long to spend more time with Achenar and Sirius. Besides all that, there are far away in the back of my mind the thoughts of my people and our lost city. I dreamt of them again last night. I have only seen the city in its worst condition, and still its beauty overwhelms me. Even now, I visualize how majestic it must have been before the destruction caused by Viovis and Ageris. It amazes and saddens me. I am fairly certain that Denis is not dead, as my father believed. I am convinced there must be some who managed to escape the destruction, and even now continue to survive in separate ages. Within me is an urging to take the chance to return to Denis, to find these survivors and properly rebuild our city. However, I can do nothing until I am certain of the fate of my father. If my plan failed, if I missed a single book when attempting to trap him on Ribbon, then he has been free all along. If that is true, then all that stands between him and the ages I have now written is the link from the Denis to Myst. As much as I wish to return to Denis without knowing the state of my father, I cannot risk re-establishing that link. I must observe my father without re-establishing that link. It has taken several years, and there have been many dead ends, but I have partially succeeded. Now that I have managed to view another age using the crystals, it is only a matter of time until I view Ribbon. At least I hope. Catherine will have her ideas about all these trips, these things, and I miss her greatly and will return to Rhyme later when my mind has cleared. Your dad is a dick. Sorry, dude, your dad is like a horrible, horrible dick. Okay, so, yeah, that was Rhyme. And night has fallen. We're going to start with Channel Wood since Channel Wood's really simple, and I did that recently. And I don't have to sit here and go like, what the fuck am I doing? 9 times out of 10, so we're going to turn this switch on. Go back to here.
Ah, switch is on and we can see it in the tower rotation now. Oh, right, I can't rotate the tower unless I'm in the tower, so... Transfer me, please. Thank you. There we go. Should do it. And this should give me a clue to how to get to Channelwood. Forgot that likes to glitch. Okay, so we're gonna go down, because that's the library. Now a key should have shown up over here. So let's go up. 724. Okay. Ah, well that. Alright, we're gonna go back and check out Channelwood then. Okay. No, wrong one. This one. Ah, let me out. Let me out. There we go. Okay, so 7, 2, 4. Ah, okay. Matches. Okay. I'm gonna let that open all the way up, just because it's easier that way. Yep, there we go. There we go. Channelwood is literally the easiest to get to. Alright, let's go to Channelwood. So this is Channelwood, and I don't think there are actually any notes on the floor here. Things that Atreus had left behind in his fight with fight or flight with Cirrus and Akinar. I think the only time I remember finding actually notes on the ground is in 3 and maybe 4, but I can't remember.
So this is the island that is mostly under the water. It's very pretty. Very, very pretty. I like that I can move how I will now. So we're going to go over here to, this is the windmill that was shown in the book. There's nothing on the floor, right? Yeah, no, I didn't see anything. Okay. So, fun facts when I played this, like, my dad was the one who was, like, big into the Myst series way back when, and, I was absolutely terrified. I was assured it was some sort of horror game or something. Like, you'd be surprised how I felt about this series because it scared the ever-loving crap out of me. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Alright, so now the water's flowing. And it was the sound really that did it for me because I have sensitivities to sound. So when sound does weird things, or when there's specific sounds, it bothers me. Okay, so let's send you here. This way. Turn this on. Over here. Can I unlock the door? No, I have to unlock the door on the other side. Okay, never mind. I'll deal with that later. Turn that on. Nope. Here we go. We have to go this way. Okay. And then let's make the water flow. Nope. Down. This way. There we go. That turns this one on. Okay, now I can get up. There we go. Okay, and we've reached the top of Channelwood. See, this particular age is pretty simple to go through. I mean, it's pretty simple to reach the results, to see the end. Channelwood is not that hard to work through. It's kind of like the beginner stage, almost. It's much harder to access the other ages. So let's go see what's all around here. Destroy work tables. Anything I can interact with? So they didn't really add anything to the game, they just made it compatible with Windows 10. Okay. Which is important, honestly, because you try running these games on Windows 10 when they're not compatible with it, and it doesn't work at all. At all. It really does not work. Okay, so to get over there, I have to turn that on, which requires some finagling, but I do need to get over there, so I will handle that. Let's see, what's this way? Stuff, and I think, yeah, that's where I came up initially. It's over. Oh, what's this? Don't remember this. Haha, I unlocked that door. That's important. Okay, good. Good. No, turn my arrow. There we go. Yeah, I'm not seeing any notes or any hints as to what's going on in this age just yet. What had happened here. I know I will find something though, because you inevitably do. These ages might exist in a bubble of reality, essentially, but you always find something somewhere. Oh. What about all the way over here? Can I interact with the pots at all? Oh, okay. And I mean, I like to know what happened, because look at this construction. It's phenomenal, and it's kind of been left to just rot, and there's no people here. The ape-like creatures that Atris mentions, I don't see any of them. So it's like, what happened in this particular age? Where is everybody? Where's the see? This is like blown in and broken, and it's just it's odd. More destruction. Possible reconstruction? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, well, this can open the door down here. We can turn on that elevator, which will go up higher. There we go. But first, I want to... oh, no, that other door is how to get out, right? Okay, so yeah, we'll turn this one on here. So we can go up higher. So that leads to the linking book back to Myst, if I remember correctly. But I could also be misremembering. It has been a while since I played this game. Come on. Oh, wrong direction. Turn around. This thing. This thing should be working now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we went up another level. The wind's pretty strong up here, interesting. Maybe that destruction was caused by the wind. Okay, so here's a red door. Oh, what the f... What the ever-loving fuck? Okay, did you start a war, boys? Is that what's going on? Oh, hey. Okay. Possibly? I have no idea what was up with that. Cool. Great. Nice. Okay, what's this? Does this do anything?
I hope I pushed the right button. Very interesting device. I'm not erasing anything important, am I? He is preparing. Remember, take only one page.
Take only one page. What? I wonder if that's the incident they're talking about. Basically, trapping their dad. So I have the blue page. I know there's a red page somewhere here, but I'm gonna take the blue page back first. Because it's gonna be easier. I don't know where that red page is. Is the red page in here? Did I miss it? No. The red page is somewhere. I'm gonna take the blue page back. I'm not gonna let the boys out.
I hope I was the right.
Okay, so now it's showing, so it's tied to that door. Fascinating. Okay. I just don't remember where the red page is. It's very frustrating. Oh, over here. I didn't even notice this. Is the red page in here? So I'm guessing this is, yeah, these are Cirrus and Akinar's places. This is Akinar's. I got a page in my hand. Oh, I lost the page. There we go. So yeah, there's the red page and a bunch of ink. I'm not gonna mess with that right now. Just want to see what else is here that I can mess with. There we go. Can I open you? A knife. Well, that's always fun. More alcohol. Oh! Something vault accessed Island of Myst. And access can be simple. First, locate switches on the island. The switches of these switches to go on the dock. Marker switch in the off position. So I'm gonna copy half of this. I'm pretty sure I'll find another one, but this is for the switch vault access. I'm curious about this. It's in very plain view. Myst and access can be if the simple looks like loads, it's probably followed. First, locate blank switches on the island of, or if these switches to the blank go to the dock and blank the marker switch blank off position. I think that's telling me how to access where Atris, not Atris, where no, yeah, Atris is. Because they, if I'm remembering correctly, they've hidden Atris in the vault, the book that he's in. But I might not be remembering correctly. Okay, so there's nothing there. Moldy ass cheese. I think you boys fought with alcohol, that's fun. Okay, well I know where the red page is, so I get the red page. I'm gonna get most of the pages except for the last ones. What I'm probably gonna do is create a save file right before I finish the game, just to show off the multitude of endings that one can get when playing Myst, because there is multiple endings in this particular one. And I know in Myst 3 there's also multiple endings where you as the character could die, which was a very interesting and new gameplay mechanic. Okay, so we're gonna go down. We have to switch where the water flow is going to so we can get to that other location. Come on. There we go. So we don't want the water to go here. We need to go back the other way. Ah, no, get down. Ah! Hate my mouse. Need to get a new one. Okay, there we go. We're gonna go this way. We don't want the water... Actually, I think I do want the water to flow out here, maybe. Let me check. Because I know there's one that has to flow out into the ocean because it sets something off. Yeah, let's try. Okay, so it is flowing here. But, nope, that's broken. Okay. So we're gonna flow it then this way. Okay. Which will allow me to make this bridge connection. No. Ah! There we go. Okay, this bridge connection allows me to go over here so I can actually figure out where I need the water flow to actually go. Also so I can get over here. Because I need the water flow to get to there. So I have to extend the pipe. Obviously. Make sure the water flows this way. Okay. Alright. Not that hard to do. Oh, I don't need to change this one. I need to go over here and change this one. No. Oh no, yeah, you were right the first time. There we go. Okay. And then I need to just block off this one. So that we can, there we go, yeah. Now it's going over to where we need to go. And now I can get to where I need to go by just taking this path. And then we'll come back to Channelwood and get Sirius's page. At least I think Akinar is blue and Sirius is red. But I might have them mixed up. But we'll get the other page too and dump it off. Figure out who's who and all that nonsense. Alright, shut the door. Always shut the door. Hi, Sunny. And here's the way out of Channelwood. So, Channelwood is basically done. And I'll let it load us up.
Sunny, come here. Come here. Come up. Oh.
Literally dumps me in the library if I'm remembering. Whoa, yeah. Okay, there's the blue book.
You returned. You wouldn't return. Ages to rescue me. I'm Akinar.
Okay, so yeah, blue is Akinar.
My brother, I beg you.
Something about the brother.
To be complete. Always blue pages. Listen to him.
I think he's trying.
My brother.
I think he's trying to say, don't listen to Akinar. I have to kill him. A whole bunch of other host of issues. Hey, it's daytime again. Which sucks, but I mean, his brother's a horrible person anyways, so of course Sirius has to deal with that. Alright, we're gonna go get that red page real quick. And then Channelwood will be completed. And we get to figure out one of the other ages. Hopefully with moderately more success than the last time I tried this. So we'll see. Sonny, what are you doing? Come here. Say hi to the camera. Hey, you're fine. See? You're fine. Chubby brat. Okay, now I need to spin it down. There we go. Thankfully, this isn't going to take much work to do since we already solved most of the issue. We just have to switch the water flow again so that we can go up and get the red page, and then switch the water flow back so that we can leave. So it won't take as much time as it did originally. Unless the water flow's been... Nope, yeah, water flow's still active. So here, this one. No, click the water flow. Hold there. Alright, and now up. Sirius is a manipulative jerk. He comes off as very sociopathic, honestly, to me. Akinar just comes off as psychotic, who needs a lot of tender love and care. But H is really effed up with his sons, so not gonna lie and say he didn't, because he really did. Alright, taking the red page. Come on, can you... okay. Thank you. Let me out the door. Okay. There we go. I need, like, something that I can roll this chair around under. What? Okay. No, not up. Down. There we go. And now we just gotta make our way this way and back to Myst. We'll dump Sirius's page into his book. And then I'll need to figure out what age I want to try and visit next, because it depends upon, like, power and how to get power to things, and some of them require, you know, more frustrating markers. I think I'm going to try Stone Ship. Maybe. So I'll flip that marker and figure that out. here. There. Since the books went in the order of Channelwood, Stone Ship, Selenic, and then Mechanic, and then Rhyme. So, I mean, that might be like the ideal order to go in is the order of the books in the library. So, we're gonna go to. I'm gonna try and do Stone Ship next. Oh, I skipped 2 pages there. Yeah, so try and do Stone Ship and then maybe Selenic if we can, but I want to at least get to somewhere. Red book, there we go. Okay, what does Sirius have to say?
You've returned. Thank you for bringing Red. You must continue. My name is Sirius. I beg you to find the remaining pages. You must read.
And it doesn't cut out.
From this book which has become
It doesn't cut out as bad once you add in more pages because it's more understandable. The book's more complete.
I need more red pages, please.
I'm just gonna repeat that. So he doesn't even talk or mention his brother, whereas Sirius is like, don't let, or Akinar's like, don't let Sirius out. Seriously, don't let Sirius out, please. Please, okay, thanks. Okay, so I'm gonna flip this one. I'm gonna go down here, and we're gonna flip this one because I'm curious. Oh hey, I can walk down that. That's cool. Up. There we go. And then we're going to flip the one over here, because these 3 should help assisting me into getting into the Stone Ship, but I'm never certain of things, so. Okay, so let's see what it tells me. So we need, first of all, in order to get to Stone Ship, we need to actually raise the ship, and to do that, we have to do that with the first one, which has to do with the, constellations, so see if I can get it to actually register. Nope. Okay, so yeah, it registers down here. Okay, good to know. There we go. That should tell me the clue for Stone Ship. So. And then I know somewhere I can find a trick for the library, but for the fireplace, which is really important. But I don't remember what that trick is. I will find it later at some point. Okay, so this is giving me dates, which that's what I messed up last time I was trying this. Okay, so October 11th, 1984, 10:04 a.m. That should tell me which of the constellations I need to hit. And there's January 17, 12:07, 5:46 a.m. and then November 23, 97, 91, 6:57 p.m. Okay, so that should get me into Stone Ship. So let's go ahead and deal with that. Down. Go back into the library. Those switches are also helpful because it actually gets power to the system, which you need in order to be able to go anywhere anyways. Open the door, thank you. Okay, and we're back here, and then, turn. My controls don't like me. My mouse hates me. Am I surprised at this? No. Okay, let me out, thank you. Okay, so let's go find out what constellations we need to deal with. Okay, so first things first, you said October. So, nope. Not what I wanted to do. Come here, get back in the seat. Thank you. April, May, June, July, August, September, October 11th. 1984. Alright. There we go. See, like, I knew there was a way I could drag it, but it was being finicky, so 1984, come on. Okay, and 10:04 a.m.
Okay. I hit this. Why are you showing me nothing? October 11th, 10:04. Okay, come on. Turn off the light. Get in the chair. Nope, that's getting me out of the chair. What am I doing wrong? Alright, we're gonna go check on something out there. I have to check on something outside. Because if it's not wanting to work here, then there's something going on somewhere. Like, it's possible I have to hit each of these on for it to work. We'll see. I'm just gonna turn each of these on just because I can. But it should already have power, so I don't know what's going on with it there. Alright, let's try that. See if that does anything. Nope, didn't do anything. I wonder if I turn off the power out here. Maybe that's what I need to do. Okay, so I turned off the switch. Maybe that particular switch needs to be off. Nope, you're still showing me shit all. I hate you. Yeah, you're not moving. Okay, let me go turn off the switches to the other locations, see if that works. If it just needs this particular switch only, maybe. Maybe. Just go turn off this switch as well. And then the switches down there, we'll go turn off those two. Okay. So that's all the switches but this one that are off now. So maybe now it'll work. Oh. Did I leave the switch out here off? Yeah, switch out here's off. Ah! Okay, what am I doing wrong? I think I should have power to it, but let's see. Here, this. Myst Island. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, got that. So first is the tower rotation. Second, the planetarium. How the tower rotation works. I need a map of the constellations mesh. Okay, no. I already did that. I just need to know how to get the planetarium to work. There we go. Okay. Experiment with the chair in the middle and the lights to see. Okay, why do it's not working, so, oh wait, go back, turn, let me figure out, like, okay, maybe I need to hit this button then, let's try that. Yeah, it's not moving, which is frustrating, so let me see. How's that on? Let me see if I need to rotate the tower to get it to actually like align and give me power maybe. Well, it seems to be rotated. Let's give it a shot, see what we need to do. Yeah, you're doing shit all. Okay. Alright. Okay, research time. I'm gonna pause. Well, I was gonna stop streaming in an hour and a half anyways, so stream's gonna end. I have to research and figure out what's going on because there's no, I don't want to load the game. I want to, there we go, I have to do that. Yes, save in slot 1. I had to figure out what's going on because the planetarium's not working for some reason, and it should be, so I don't know what's going on with that. But in the meantime,
the stream's gonna be going off, so thank you for watching. If there was anyone watching, I doubt there actually was. And yeah, I'll do this again another day once I figured out how to get the dang planetarium working.